Her cries warned the Mexica about the tragedy looming ahead of them. Now she spends eternity looking for her children around that river. It is said that if you hear her crying, you are to run the opposite way. If you hear her cries, they could bring misfortune or even death. Many parents in Mexico and Guatemala use this story to scare their children from staying out too late. At the gates of heaven, she was challenged over the whereabouts of her children and not permitted to enter the afterlife until she found them. Llorona is forced to wander the earth for all eternity, searching in vain for her drowned offspring. She constantly weeps, hence her name La Llorona. She is caught between the living world and the spirit world. In some versions of the tale, La Llorona kidnaps wandering children who resemble her missing children, asks them for forgiveness, then kills them to take the place of her own. People who claim to have seen her say she appears at night or in the late evening by rivers or lakes. Some believe those who hear the wails of La Llorona are marked for death, but those who escape in time are not, as in the Gaelic Banshee legend. Among her wails, she is noted as crying, "Oh, my children!" In the Guatemalan version of the legend, it is said that when her wail sounds near, she is actually far, and when she sounds distant, she is actually very, very near. It should be noted that the folklore will vary depending on the location, as it is not specific to any one region, and is known throughout numerous Latin American countries.
There was a time when the most beautiful woman in the town fell in love with a man, a handsome man, with a beautiful body and an amazing mustache. However, there was a problem. Since the beginning, the society dictated that all the rich people must be engaged with people of their level, and all the people who live in the most dangerous and poor places belong there, and there is not a single reason why both parts of the society could be mixed. So this couple, who broke all the laws of the society, decided to form a family. They had 2 children, a boy and a little girl, and they looked very happy. Both, wife and husband, loved to go to an incredible park where she loved a specific tree, because it was the location where she had her first kiss. They also lived near a river where she collected water every day in order to make a good dinner for her family, and sometimes all the family went fishing in a little boat that they had. But not everything was pink with flowers. There was a moment when he stopped kissing her and hugging her. There was this moment when she didn't feel loved. There was this exactly moment when he went, when he didn't say goodbye and only packed all his things in different boxes. There was this sad moment when she broke. She needed to survive with her kids, with the only resource as a river, and once when she was fishing with her children, she stopped and put a huge fish in the sand. And when she looked back at her boat, she saw for the last time her son and her daughter. Since then, she walked and cried in the streets, "Ay, mis hijos," because she felt sad and she was angry with herself because she couldn't do anything. And well, right now it is said that she continues watching her husband and all the ex-husbands that left their family in bad condition. She is there. She is here.
Oh, my children! No! 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 Yeah. The legend tells that many years ago she arrived to a little town with her children. In this version of the story, she didn't have a husband, so she had to work very, very hard to give a good life to her kids, so she sold a lot of flowers that she grew in a chinampa. Even the people in the town started recognizing her by her generosity and her big heart. But one bad day, everything changed in seconds. She went out on a very cold night, and her children were very cold, so she left the chimney on fire, trusting that they would be okay. But when she came back, a lot of kids were shouting to her, and she saw her house on fire. She tried with all her soul to turn off the fire, but she didn't make it. After a big look, her neighbors finally found the burnt body of her children, and she couldn't stand. That was the last time that anyone saw her alive. She really never accepted that they passed away. Because for a mother, to lose that part of her is the worst thing that could ever happen. Filled with the sadness of this loss, her heart slowly turned off by the time. But it is told that now she walks through the streets in that old town, stealing the children she finds after 12, and is still crying, "Oh, my children." There are a lot of stories about La Llorona that we can't confirm which is the good one. But all we can do is wish that one day she gets that peace she has wanted all her life.